guys, welcome back. So today we have something kind of that I've been putting off for a few weeks. I really want to make a video about it. I was really excited to make a video about it. And then I actually got it in my hands and then I was really disappointed. Of course, if you've read the title, you already know what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about is Ipsy. Ipsy is a subscription service that I loved for such a long time. It was my go-to monthly subscription. I loved it. It outbeat Birchbox for me, it outbeat Sephora Play for me, and there was never a wait list like there was for Sephora. I think I was on that wait list for like 3 months. I found like the actual bags themselves were better than the ones that you get with Sephora Play. I liked Ipsy for like a long time. But recently, it's just like quite frankly sucked. It's like they're not even paying attention to the curation test they have everyone take. It's getting to the point where it's just a little frustrating. I was so excited to start up a video series that would be a monthly series, but this I just don't feel is going to be interesting to watch anymore because the products just aren't feeling intriguing anymore, which is like really disappointing. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and unbox my subscription for the month of September. I have already peeked into it to see what kind of makeup I could put on. Originally this was going to be a first impressions review. I was going to try it all on for you on camera, but then I realized I have like 2 makeup products in here and they're not really like try-on products, so I was kind of bummed about that again. Regardless, I will go through some things that I peeked at and I was kind of liking. And before I start, I do want to say that I don't hate Ipsy, and that's kind of why this video is bittersweet for me. Like I said, it was one of my favorites for months and months and months. It brought me probably like one of my most favorite Holy Grail products ever. Completely unexpected. For those of you who are wondering what product that is the M Cosmetics Illustrative Brush Tip Eyeliner. This stuff is amazing. I love it. It's the best eyeliner I've ever used. It lasts the longest. It outshines Kat Von D tattoo liner by miles and miles, and I love this. I have not even had to repurchase this eyeliner. This is the same one I got in my Ipsy box, which is incredible for liquid liners to last this long. I think I've owned this, I want to say more than 6 months I've been wearing it, and I'm typically an eyeliner everyday kind of girl, so I do think that it's not only good the first time you use it, it's good again and again and again. It has this amazing like paintbrush-like tip, and it just works beautifully. And this is why it's so hard to review this box, because it has given me good products, but on the whole, I just have so many thoughts about it that I just feel like it's time to stop. I don't know. Alright, so without further ado, let us jump into the September Ipsy bag. I will say right off the bat that probably one of my favorite things this month is the bag. I typically don't really use the Ipsy bags. They're not bad, don't get me wrong. I find them better than most subscription bags or boxes, but I just don't really have uses for them, or they don't match my things. And because a lot of my purses and like small leather goods are all black, this is gonna work perfectly. I can see myself using this, and I really do like this. This month's theme is Like a Boss. I never really think that the themes have much to do with the makeup. I find that that's kind of more of a gimmick. That's like with all subscriptions I've tried, but I mean, it's a cute title, and I think it kind of matches the nice black bag. It isn't bad. I will say the one thing I've never liked about Ipsy was the fact that they don't put any pricing or really deep information on the products. Granted, you can go on the site. I really like that other services such as Sephora Play and BoxyCharm, they give you this needle placard that has the retail price, that has what they're used for. I just find it really helpful, and I mean, I'm just gonna throw this away. That doesn't really have a purpose, but so the first product I got this month was a Luxie brush. They have sent me a Luxie brush in the past, and I really did like it. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's buried somewhere in my brush collection, but I do use that brush. A lot of times subscription brushes like these I don't find myself using, but the Luxie brushes I will say are an exception. So this was a product I was excited to see in the box. This is their Luxie 207 medium angled shading brush. I love these kind of brushes for my crease. I use these brushes probably more than any other kind of eye brush. I will say that although this one feels really amazing, it is a bit stiff for how I like my shading brushes to be. I'm much more of like a really loose kind of brush girl when I want to do my crease. And this is a little bit stiffer. Not that that's necessarily a terrible thing. I can always use this to apply some darker shades right at my crease, and I feel like I'll have a little bit more control than a bigger brush. With that being said, this isn't bad. I will use this, and I was excited to see this in my box. The next thing I got this month was from a company I haven't really heard of, to be honest with you, and that is Rep. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I don't know. So this face mask is formulated with all sorts of good stuff. I'm not going to sit here and read them all to you, but I have no doubt that this is probably a good mask. And don't get me wrong, I am someone who loves skincare. I think taking care of your skin is really important, but I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. This product does have some like little exfoliants in it, which I do like in a face product. The smell of it isn't really my favorite. It's kind of an earthy herbal smell. I prefer more of a citrus kind of fresh scent on the products I put on my face. But overall, this isn't bad. It just isn't really standing out to me. So the next thing I got was this tiny little eyeshadow sample, and this is from Elizabeth Mott, and it is called Pop Goes the Shadow in the shade Gunmetal. Now I have used this. Again, I was going to make a whole video where I kind of did first impressions, but there just wasn't enough makeup in this bag. This is probably the most makeup-y item, the one thing I can actually show you on camera, but I just didn't see the point in trying one product. But I will say that this shade is very pretty. I am a girl who occasionally likes a good smoky eye, and I do like these kind of shades. The problem with this for me is Ipsy's little samples are never magnetic, these little pans, which is really frustrating for me because I have 2 Z palettes full of eyeshadows, I have a Colourpop palette full of eyeshadows, I have many palettes, and the likelihood of me reaching for this tiny little package mixed in with my sample bucket is just kind of slim, honestly. If I could slip this into a Z palette, I think it would be a lot better. So the next thing in my bag was something I was kind of surprised about, and that is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in the Radiance version. I use Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, the original version, almost every day on my face. I really like the way it primes. I'm one of those girls who likes kind of that velvety feeling that it gives you, and I just find that it holds my makeup really well. I have no doubt that this probably won't disappoint me. The one thing for me is that I'm not really a fan of a dewy look, which I know this is Radiance, but that kind of makes me think it's going to give me kind of a glowy look. And I'm not completely opposed to it, but I totally favor a matte look. So this will be kind of fun to experiment with. It was one of the things I was happier with. You know, Smashbox primers are so expensive, but we'll have to see on this one. And the last thing in my bag was probably the most frustrating. The thing that was just kind of like, okay, Ipsy, really? And that is nail polish. Now don't get me wrong, I love nail polish. I love to paint my nails. I love crazy colors. I love it. But they've already sent me this. They sent me the same exact shade, which is just kind of annoying, honestly. I've used Ipsy for months and months and months, and like, shouldn't they have this on record that they already sent this to me? Shouldn't that be a thing? I feel like that should be a thing. I don't know. You only get such a limited amount of items, and I really hate when one of my items is basically wasted. This nail polish is by the brand Pretty Woman, and it is in the shade Girl Boss. I know they had another color they sent out this month, and of course, I got the color I've already owned, but this is kind of a lilac-y baby pink color, and it kind of has a very sheer application. I have worn it before, but overall, it's a pretty decent nail polish as far as regular nail polishes go. I don't know what the total of all of these products are, because Ipsy's really tricky on that, especially because they are tiny little sample sizes, and they are hard to get an exact price on. I will say that for the most part, I haven't gotten anything crazy expensive in Ipsy ever. But with that being said, I have, again, found products I really like the M Cosmetics eyeliner, which only retails, I think, for $15, which is half the price of Kat Von D. So, I mean, that is a good find, and I am not saying that I don't appreciate newer brands that aren't popular. I do. I don't know. Ipsy is just, it's kind of fallen short for me, and I hate to say it, but I don't know if I'm going to keep subscribing to it. I don't know. I really enjoy doing subscription reviews since I am kind of knowledgeable about subscriptions, but I just don't know if it's something worth it to me to spend $10. When it comes down to it, if you were to sit me down, put all of these items from this bag in front of me and say, would you pay $10 for this? I'd say no. Honestly, I would say no. I'd be like, And I know it's always hit or miss with subscription boxes, but I just feel like it should be better. And I say that because when I started Ipsy, I loved it, and it outbeat everything, like I said. And now I'm just kind of regretting pulling out a Sephora Play for Ipsy. I don't know. It's just really disappointing. One of the biggest reasons I am kind of easily going to stop my subscription to Ipsy is because I found BoxyCharm. This is my first month's box, and this is the month of September's box. And when I compare it to this and this, would I pay $10 more for this? Absolutely. The value of this box, which I'm not going to tell you what's in it because there's a video coming on it soon, was over $130, and it was significantly more impressive than this $10 one. So for $11 more, I'm going to pay to get this one. I just feel that although Ipsy was kind of the superior choice in my opinion in the beginning, it's just kind of quickly kind of falling behind all these competitors. I feel as you get more and more people committing to subscriptions, it's really important to kind of keep that connection between the customer and the company, and Ipsy really had that for me at first. They really listened to my curation. They never sent me something I didn't like, and now for the past few months, I just feel like I've liked 2 things, like out of all of these boxes, and that's just not enough for me to keep the subscription going. Whereas in the first BoxyCharm box right away, I already like all the products. Now I'm hoping that doesn't decline, just kind of like Ipsy did. I mean, you can only just keep your fingers crossed with the subscriptions, I guess. But if you are someone who is looking for more of a makeup-based subscription box, Ipsy probably isn't for you. In my experience, I've gotten probably like 70% skincare, 30% makeup. They don't advertise as a pure makeup subscription box. I get that, and I love skincare, like I said. I wish it was a little bit more 50-50. I feel like I'm getting too many face masks, too many, you know, like little tiny things. So I'm just kind of like, I just wish they'd give me a little bit more variety. It's become predictable. I think that's the best way to put it. And I think the surprise of opening a subscription box is what sells. I think it's what makes getting subscription boxes so much fun. So when you take the surprise element out of it, it just becomes kind of disappointing, and I think that's what I'm feeling with Ipsy. So that is all for today's video. I'm sorry I turned into a little bit of a rant towards the end there, but I just thought it was important to kind of get my thoughts out on Ipsy. As someone who's been using it for nearly a year now, I feel like I have a really good grasp of what kind of products you're going to get from it. So maybe this helped you sway one way or the other if you were considering it as a monthly subscription. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, especially as a newer channel here on YouTube. So until next time, I will see you guys later.